Welcome to The Edit with your host, Vivian Cole. Brought to you by Vogue Media Agency, the podcast where branding, visibility, and influence are curated with intention. Each week, we cut through the noise to explore strategy, storytelling, and what it really takes to build a brand that's seen, heard, and remembered.
Welcome to a special episode of The Edit. I'm Vivian Cole. Today, in recognition of Juneteenth, we're having a necessary conversation. Ownership, equity, and brand power. Juneteenth marks more than a moment in history. It represents delayed freedom, withheld truth, and the long road between liberation and equity. And while the context has evolved, the themes remain deeply relevant, especially when we talk about ownership, visibility, and power in today's economic and branding landscape. Freedom without ownership is fragile, visibility without equity is extractive, and influence without control leaves communities vulnerable. Juneteenth reminds us that access alone is not enough. Being invited into systems that were not designed for you does not guarantee protection, profit, or permanence. Ownership is what transforms access into agency. In branding, ownership means control over your narrative, your platforms, your intellectual property, your audience relationships, your revenue streams. Without ownership, visibility benefits everyone but you. Too often, marginalized voices are amplified without being empowered. Their culture is celebrated, while their communities remain excluded from decision-making and profit. That is not equity. That is consumption. Brand power is not simply being seen. It is being compensated. It is being credited. It is being protected. Ownership allows brands and creators to move from participation to authority. It ensures that your work builds long-term value instead of temporary attention. Equity is not a slogan. It is structure. It lives in contracts, in revenue sharing, in leadership roles, in who gets to decide, not just who gets to contribute. Juneteenth challenges us to examine where power actually lives. Who owns the platforms? Who controls distribution? Who benefits from scale? True brand power requires asking uncomfortable questions and being willing to build alternatives when necessary. Ownership also demands strategy. It's not enough to create. You must protect what you create. Trademark your brand. License your work. Understand your worth. Build assets that appreciate over time. Branding rooted in ownership is patient. It prioritizes longevity over virality. It understands that power grows quietly through consistency, not overnight attention. Equity-driven brands think beyond individual success. They create pathways. They share resources. They reinvest in community. They understand that legacy is collective. Juneteenth is not just about remembering the past. It's about confronting present realities, about recognizing that economic freedom remains uneven, that visibility without infrastructure does not close gaps. It widens them. Brand power, when aligned with ownership and equity, becomes transformative. It allows creators, founders, and leaders to negotiate from strength instead of survival. It changes the conversation from, "Can I be included?" to, "I set the terms." This shift matters because brands shape culture. They influence perception. They create narratives that either reinforce exclusion or challenge it. Owning your brand means owning your story. It means refusing to let others define your value. It means building systems that benefit you and those who come after you. Juneteenth calls us to move beyond symbolic recognition and into tangible action, to invest in Black-owned businesses, to support equitable partnerships, to question who profits from visibility. Ownership is not about isolation. It's about sovereignty. Equity is not about charity. It's about fairness. Brand power is not about dominance. It's about control, clarity, and sustainability. As you reflect today, ask yourself, what do I own? Where do I have equity? Who benefits from my labor? How can my brand contribute to lasting change? Because true freedom includes economic power, true visibility includes equity, and true branding includes responsibility. Thank you for joining me for this special episode of The Edit brought to you by Vogue Media Agency. I'm Vivian Cole. On this Juneteenth, may we honor the past by building brands rooted in ownership, equity, and enduring power.
Thanks for listening to The Edit with Vivian Cole, brought to you by Vogue Media Agency. Be sure to subscribe for more insights, share this episode with your network, and join us next week for another conversation on building brands with clarity, confidence, and impact. Visit voguemedia.us.
Vogue Media Agency offers comprehensive services to help small to medium-sized businesses, faith-based and nonprofit organizations, content creators, and entrepreneurs establish and grow their online presence. Focusing on website design, landing pages, social media management, podcast training, branding, weblog creation, and public relations, Vogue Media Agency provides a convenient one-stop solution for clients looking to elevate their digital footprint. What sets us apart is our personalized service and niche expertise. We are your marketing consultants. Contact us today.
To contact Vogue Media Agency, call 212-470-2730 or visit voguemedia.us.